Universal Pictures, one of the big movie studios that exists, and probably the oldest studio ever around. So today, like always, we're going to talk about some movies that are still in development with barely any updates. So let's talk about them. But first, let's talk about the movie Distant, directed by Josh Gordon and Will Specht, starring Anthony Ramos and Naomi Scott. You see, in 2019, Steven Spielberg's company, Amblin, has announced that they're making a movie based off something, I think, and that the working title would be Distant. And the movie was filmed during the COVID-19 pandemic, so, it had some safety protocols, and the filming concluded around November of 2020. But weirdly enough, this movie does not have an American release date. I mean, it somehow premiered on July 12th, 2024 in Vietnam, but for America and most of the other states, continents, or whatever, it does not even have a release date. It was originally planned for March 11th, 2022, September 16th, 2022, January 27th, 2023, and January 19th, 2024. But I guess for some reason, Universal just doesn't want to release it. So that's Distant. Sure, it doesn't count into the safety of this video, but I still want to mention it. Okay, now we get on to the real stuff. Our first real movie is titled Big Tree with Illumination Entertainment, and out of all companies they want to partner with, Amblin Entertainment, aka the Steven Spielberg Company. So, I don't know. Anyway, Big Tree is based off a book by Brian Silsenick, I think. Or I don't know how you say your last name. And it's about a tree trying to save the earth for something. I don't know. But the book was published in April of 2023, so I'm pretty sure some progress is being made on the film, but Illuminations is kind of busy at the moment, and animation does take a while, so, that. Another movie is A Creature from the Black Lagoon remake/reboot, originally planned to be part of their failed Dark Universe saga or whatever it is. It failed because of the Mummy, because it failed. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, but then in August 2024, they decided, let's try this again. And they announced that James Wan would be directing the movie, and that a script would be helmed by some other people. But James Wan is currently, kind of in the middle of some stuff like Megan 2.0, The Conjuring Last Rites, Mortal Kombat 2, The Soulmate, The Mummy, and he probably wants to make another movie before Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I'm pretty sure they want that script good because The Wolfman didn't do so well at the box office. So, that's something. So, this movie just needs some time, okay? Our next movie is titled The Premonition, based off a book by Michael Lewis. And it basically be like if people had to stay inside because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but in book form. And I guess it's okay enough that Universal Pictures wanted to do a movie. And shockingly, they wanted Phil Lord and Christopher Miller to do the movie. But since they're currently working on their own movie, Project Hail Mary, this movie might take a little bit longer to see. This one's just going to take a while, okay? Our last movie we have to look at is a video game adaptation of a video game called Just Cause. In 2010, it was planned that a film adaptation would be in the works, but it did not. And then, sometime later, in the mid-2010s, they're like, yeah, we're gonna do it again. But they didn't. And then in May 2024, it was announced that Angel Manuel Soto, who directed Blue Beetle, would be directing the film, with Universal Pictures distributing, and alongside David Leitch's company, 87 North Productions. And in January of 2025, it was announced that Aaron Rabin was hired to do the screenplay, aka it's still in the screenplay stuff. And yeah, that's all the movies I want to do. Yeah, that's it. No intro, no outro, just us. Okay, bye.